What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Profab Headers and Exhaust, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and SRI Performance. What's going on? I'm David.
I'm Connor.
And we got a guest in the house with us today.
I'm Thomas Martucci. I drive the 77 Legend car with these two right here.
I'm sorry. Oh, what's up? How was everybody's 4th of July and all that?
Pretty
fun?
good, yeah. I didn't do anything too special, yeah.
You didn't blow yourself up with no
No.
fireworks.
No.
That's good.
I mainly worked for it.
Mainly work.
Didn't do too much.
That was probably smart. probably real smart. Just keep working.
Heard a bunch of fireworks, but didn't get to set any off yet.
We didn't set none off ourselves, but we took vacation last week.
Nice.
We went to Dandridge, Tennessee, which is about 20 minutes this side of Pigeon Forge. And we're on a lake. Let me see. Let me pull this up. I'll show it to y'all. Man, that was probably one of the prettiest lakes I've ever been to. I've been to a lot of lakes for sure. That was off our dock.
Oh,
Picture
wow.
I took.
That looks
Dang.
really, really nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see if I can get it on camera here. There we go. Yeah.
Very picturesque.
It is.
It was. The
Should've-
whole lake was like that. I mean, it's just, you could, man, it was so pretty. There weren't houses right on top of each other or nothing like that. It was just very open, very calm, peaceful. We rented a couple pontoon boats and took the kids down there and let them ride on the tubes and sat around, mostly. Chilled
That's
out
good.
for, you know.
It's supposed to be relaxing.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
there
exactly.
from Monday to Friday, so then booked it back so we could.
Just in time for the race.
Yeah, should have stayed.
No, right? Should have.
Nah, it was all good. Cool. So we had some racing going on at Dillon Motor Speedway this past weekend.
Sure did.
It was hot, dude. It was hot.
Brutal.
Very, very hot.
I got there, and Connor probably knows how this is, especially. But I got there, and I was going in the ticket booth up there to get in the gate. We're paying and signing up and everything, and about the time Ron walks up, he says, "Hey, I don't know how the late model car count is today." He said, "So if you wanna run late model, go ahead." Okay. And so that was our plan, actually, was to run both races with
Yeah.
Charger car,
Which would have been three.
which would have been 3
for the day,
races.
Yeah.
3.
And the
Oh,
hottest
goodness.
day
The
that we,
trifecta,
yeah.
yeah.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what. I hated it because your daddy didn't get to run the late model race for sure, because it seems like if he's going to come to a track this year, we're not racing here lately, but
That almost seems true at this point.
Yeah.
because he tried to, he was going to run Chaz's car.
Yeah,
It rained.
yeah.
I mean, every time it's rained.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot
Yeah.
he was going to do that.
Yeah. And, but other than him and everybody else, I hate everybody didn't get a race, but boy, I'm telling you what, after the Legend car race, I was just,
You're okay with the rain.
I was okay.
Yeah.
I was like, look, either just going to wait a little while, I can rest for a little while, or either we're just not going to race it. I'm good with either. Just give me a break here for a little while. So, no.
Oh, I forget. You did run the Charger, so you did get 2 of them.
Yeah, I got 2
Okay,
of them
yeah.
in. Yeah. And then, so,
At least.
at least. So it was good. It was good. So, Thomas, you back at Dillon, you've been kind of going
Yeah,
places.
we've been all over the place lately. In the past, I think, month and a half, we've been to 4 different tracks. One of those was Florence before they took the Legend cars off the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to New River All-American Speedway up in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Ran decent there, got a 3rd place and a 7th place.
Not bad.
And then we went to Carteret County twice. First time we went, we got, I think it was 7th, and then the last time we went, the car was just awful, and we ended up with 12th with some damage on the car because of a spin caused by myself.
Yeah. it bees that way sometimes. So
And then Dylan this weekend, we went right back there.
cool. So got out Dylan. What'd you feel about your car all day?
My car was, to say the least, a hassle all day. It started off really well. We ended up, I think it was 5th or 6th on the time charts in first practice, which I was happy with, but the car was it was tight. It didn't want to go anywhere. So I tried a little adjustment to loosen it up. Didn't work. We actually went backwards after that. Still was 5th on the time chart, but the times was like 2/10 off. So
No.
went back on that. And then during qualifying, of course, the sun had to go away and the shade had to come in to cool the track down. So my car just became way too tight one lap and then would be loose the next lap, then tight. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah, I don't know, Connor. Do you feel like over there that I mean, I know it does, but the track changes with the weather at Dillon.
Yeah.
They're
Well, it affects the
not
Legends
always
weird.
typical.
The Legend cars, it affects really weird.
Yeah.
I've almost had a swing backwards for me,
Yeah,
where my car will almost loosen up
yeah.
as it gets cooler. I don't know how.
And I think
There's no
Yeah.
science behind that. Other than
well,
just-
the
There
only
is
thing
no
I could
science.
figure, because mine does the same exact thing. It did the exact same thing this week. I was super tight all day, and then all of a sudden, sun goes down, and all of a sudden, I'm so loose I couldn't hardly drive it.
I think the tight
then I went the
feels
other way.
is almost just the track's just so hot, it just has no grip either
Yeah.
laterally at all.
So that's what
Mhm.
my theory is. I don't know if it's just my theory. Is that when it cools down, the track finally gets grip back in it, and the front end just grips and turns. I mean, that's the only thing I can figure.
That or it's just where we don't have grip, so we're trying to loosen it up,
Yeah,
and then when the track comes back to a normal racing temperature,
yeah.
we're on the loose side. I don't know.
It's a too loose.
But it's weird.
I don't know.
It seems
is
to work
very
backwards
weird.
for me with the Legend car sometimes.
So, what'd you think? You were back in the number 5
Yep.
ride this
Thought we
week.
were pretty decent. I didn't qualify like I wanted. Kind of screwed up my money lap, which is usually the last lap with the
Yeah.
Legend car. So we started 6th, and we pretty quickly moved up to 4th, and felt like I had a second place car, on speed wise, but just couldn't get around 2 guys in front of me. But had a good race there with. I mean, there was 4 or 5 of us all banging on each other.
I was
Yeah.
watching
Oh,
from a little distance behind me. I know me and Thomas were watching from a little distance behind
Yeah, when I
y'all, and we
wasn't.
were just like,
Oh yeah.
"Hey, something's gonna happen up there."
I was
It
really
almost-
hoping something would happen,
My-
like
my
a
bump-
little touch or
Yeah,
something.
My bumper tabs are completely folded over, and yeah, we all played bumper tag there for about 10 laps, but we all survived
I
across the line.
I was hoping for somebody just to slide up the track and just.
I thought
give me
Dennis
an
was
open
going to one
position.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I came up on the short end of another photo finish. Unfortunately, probably just as close as mine and yours. Maybe
You gonna have to move that,
maybe not
that
quite.
transponder
That's
a
what I
little
told
farther
Matt. We gotta
forward.
do that transponder up.
Put it on the front horns this time. See if that works.
But it was a good race, and we it felt like the car was good. I just felt like qualifying kind of screwed me up. Man, it's just hard to pass. It really is.
Everybody's gotten so
is,
fast
yeah.
that
And it's just the way you run 3 or 4 across that seam.
yep.
You can be on somebody's inside, and they'll give you a lane, but it's not a lane you can
don't-
really use that much unless they make a mistake.
I've always noticed a little bump out of 4 with the. Just noticed
Down
it.
on the bottom.
No, kind of coming up. But did anybody else notice a bump just seemed a little more pronounced this week? And maybe it's just
Little
me.
bit, yeah.
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
Definitely the 1 and 1. The
I didn't know that. I mean, that
initial
didn't
bump in
affect me
1.
as much. But all of a sudden, coming out of 4 is like if I was not. I felt like Florence coming out of 2 is what I felt like. If
Really?
I wasn't straight
Really.
and I hit it, it just. I was sideways.
I saw that a couple of times. I was like,
Yeah.
dang. I was like, what is going on with your car? Because my car was tight, and then I was coming off loose in the race because I was trying to cleanly hold you off and try and catch these guys ahead of me,
Yeah.
hoping that something would happen. But I was just way too tight. But I saw that a couple times. I was like, dang, what is going on with everybody's
Yeah.
car?
It was sideways. I was on the verge. There was a couple times I thought I was going around. Not gonna lie. In the last couple laps, what's the guy's name? 7 car, whatever his name is.
Oh, Ethan?
Ethan. I was like, man, I hope he don't touch me. If he touches me, I'm spinning. It was because he was the longer we ran, the looser mine got, and it was rough. So I think I ended up 8th. You were 7th.
I
You
was
I
were
got 4th. Yeah.
4th.
Fourth, nice.
Almost 3rd.
Yeah.
Almost.
Then
Almost.
I don't know.
Almost.
But about as close as me and you were.
Car looked fast though.
It was fast. It was a second place car. It really was.
It was.
You probably had
We
one
can-
of the fastest.
Yeah,
ones
we
out
can get
there.
some brakes worked out. I think we'll be all right. Because it was still kind of being a little screwy whenever I tried to push it really hard, which is what I did for the last qualifying lap.
Yeah.
And so I didn't qualify where I thought it should.
I
But
know Matt texted me today. He said he was gonna order some brake pads and
but
stuff.
it raced really good, so that was encouraging.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it was good.
It's crazy that the brakes.
They mean
It's
so
just
much
it's a
on
feel
these
too.
cars.
I mean, it's
It's-
just it's
it
what I
is.
drove the
It
same car
is.
for a long time. I got to
And that's the
Good
thing
feel
with a
for it.
legend car. That's why they're so funny to me. I don't care how many of them you get in, even though they are supposed to all be almost identical cars. Every one of them feels different.
Literally.
you got to
I mean,
adjust to it.
you do. Brakes feel different. Clutches feel different in every one of them.
And now with the new MT09 throttles feel different.
Yeah, that's
Haven't got to feel that yet.
me neither.
Me neither.
Well-
and nor do I want to after
I
seeing
sat
what it
in-
looks
I sat
like.
in Dennis's
I
car
might
one
have driven
time,
Dennis's car one of the first times. he
Yeah.
got it,
and
I saw what it looked like this week, and I was like, heck no, I don't want to touch that thing now.
I think they're finally coming around. They're getting better. They were having some issues with them. Just quitting. Well, Rafe had an issue with his.
Yeah, he
broke
had
off.
major issues.
Well, it broke off, but he also the
Yeah, that's
first
right.
couple
It
weeks he
but
drove, they finally ended up changing it out and it fixed it because it would go out there, run great for a lap, and all of a sudden it just go.
Fall off.
Yeah. So maybe they got all that fixed. So anyway, what'd you think about your whole race there, Connor?
That was pretty good. It was a decent race. You had a caution or two to mix it up, but it wasn't a wreck fest or anything. And I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good race. So we had one cat out there that was a little too quick for me, but it was a good race otherwise.
A little bit.
We all
A little
it was
bit.
good. I had fun. It was intense, but had fun. Thankfully, I survived.
Think there were any hurt feelings after the race?
Maybe a little bit, but
You
I think
think?
they were
Tiny bit.
smoothed out pretty quick.
Okay. I've been asked about it, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, nobody spun, so
Yeah.
I mean,
No, we all kept it going straight.
From what I know, the only caution we had was from a self spin.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nobody
So
tapped anybody to spin
nobody
anybody
spun.
out.
I mean, there might have been some bumpers.
There was a lot of
There was a lot of
Yeah.
bumper tag.
Rafe come up to me after the race, and he said, "Man," he said, "that was fun with me and Connor racing." He said, "I come out on a good end though." He said, "But I couldn't even been mad if he'd have hit me." He said, "Because I was blocking him." I said, "Yeah." He said, "He probably if it had been anybody else,
Yeah, I
it
probably
had to go."
Yeah, but
So
I didn't want to. The risk
Nah.
wasn't quite worth it for me at that point. But it was
Nah.
No.
it was good.
How about you, Thomas? What'd you think about your race?
My
overall?
race wasn't bad. That restart killed me, though, somehow.
No, no.
I don't know what happened in between the restart, but I was catching you guys with the 7 car, Ethan. I was like right behind the 7, and he was like right
His car
behind you
went away
guys.
after
His car really went away. I think
Yeah.
when he chose the outside, that's when his car really went away.
I don't mind outside.
I don't mind it either, but I knew I had to choose the inside because the last time I chose the outside, I fell back 5 positions. I was like, yeah, I'm not making that mistake.
Yeah, I always
again.
forget we had the choose cone, so we
I know.
come to one. We come forward like, oh,
I
we
come
gotta
through
choose
forward,
again.
and Landon told me, he's like, "Cone's out." I was like, "Ah, crap! Tell
I
me the
know,
shortest
right?
line. Just tell me the shortest line."
Exactly.
I was looking because
Always lay
a
back.
4. Oh yeah,
I'm
I was
terrible.
I
Oh,
was
yeah,
lay
the
back.
4, yeah.
well, I tried to. I don't go right up on anyway, but the first 2 went inside, and I was if I had a third inside, I was gonna shoot the outside, but then it
I
even
wouldn't
it
have
evened
played.
back up when I got to the cone. But
Yeah. It was pretty even when I got to it, but after the restart, my car just went way too tight. I don't even know what was happening. I was cranking the brake buys, trying to get myself loose, and I was like, this ain't working.
Yeah, I think that track, like we were talking about, the temperature track, I kind of feel like gets on that verge of just track temperature,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the longer we run, the track heats up just a little bit, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it don't work out for
Sometimes
you.
it don't work.
So, mine, man, like I said, I started off, I could go for about 2 laps, really good.
You and me were
Didn't
side
matter
by
if it
side
was-
for like 3, I think it was.
well, yeah, and for that amount of time, I was good. It didn't matter if I was inside, outside, whatever. I was fine. And all of a sudden, it was just like you just turn the light switch, and it would get so loose. It was ridiculous. I felt like I was coming out, and there was a couple times I felt like I was like, oh, about to scrape the wall. I knew it was going to get close. So, but it wasn't bad. I mean, we kept a clean race, so
It was.
Yeah.
that's all
I saw a couple people almost hit the
some
wall.
days that's all you can ask for. It's just
know.
like, just come home with a clean car. I don't have to work on nothing all week.
Creeping up in the points, aren't you? I don't know.
No, Barry.
Yeah.
Barry was in front of me. Me and Barry were real close.
You're third, right?
I'm third.
Okay.
I got a pretty big gap on
Yeah.
fourth, but nah, they've kind of checked it because I missed a race, so they're the only two that have run every race. So
Yeah. I missed several.
which that
I
the,
missed
the
quite
rule
a few,
changed
too.
again in it because we were supposed to have 4 drops, and now we don't have any drops. That now if we'd still had drops in there, I'd have still been
Close. Or
pretty close.
closer.
I probably still missed more than the drops.
I think you were right at the amount.
I might
Well,
couldn't miss any more.
I
It
think I missed
It
two.
was, well, see, what happened was, and this is where it all got messed up, and we all had a meeting about it, I guess, or a few of us did. Connor was in there, and he left. He's like, I forget this.
I didn't even know
And,
about the meeting.
Nah, it wasn't much. No, I think it was when your car was messed up anyway. I don't even know if you were there.
Probably.
See, we started out, it was supposed to be, this X amount of races, we get 4 drops. Well, then it come up. Well, what happened was because your car was tore up, Jimmy's was tore up, Rafe, and Connor,
And
Several weeks.
yeah, yours.
and then we ended up going to Florence, and I'm trying to remember who it was. I think anyway, Barry and Dennis couldn't be there, so we had scheduled races. Well, they didn't end up counting for points,
It was weird.
so it kind of messed everything all up and got funky.
We'll get it together
and,
next year. Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
So now, basically, the only two that have the full race schedule, or not even full race schedule, they just run more races than everybody is, Barry and Dennis.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Because I had one that I already knew I was going to miss, and I was just going to use it as a drop. Well,
But now there's no more
then they took
drops.
away the drops.
Yeah.
So
So do it like NASCAR. Let's just decide. Everybody makes the playoffs. So you
Start over.
Winning your- winning your
championship for.
that's right. One race.
I think that'd be kind of funny. I
Just
mean,
pull in the 2012 chase format.
Yeah, for this, I think it'd be kind of funny to do that one year.
Hilarious.
That would be
Just decide that off of
funny.
one race there at the end. I mean, obviously you got to get,
Oh, yeah.
advance through the rounds and all.
That would be funny.
That would be fun. That'd
think
cause
we-
a lot of chaos.
It'd
though.
be, yeah, it'd be kind
I
of.
might, I talked about it the other week. I want to do a bracket of some sort. We got to figure out something to do. Maybe we can,
Promote
put that
it,
in
so,
there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, just saying for us, we can do multiple. We'll do that for us, and then we'll figure out some other bracket to do. I don't know.
That would sound like fun.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
More stuff.
Exactly.
I also ran the Challenger race. Car all day. I think I after looking back at it and just making the adjustments we made and what the car did, I think I got just a set of tires that just wasn't great, which
Oh, yeah.
is very
Been
possible.
there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we kept making adjustments, and it would make it a little better, but it would never completely fix the problem. I honestly just end up thinking pretty much either the front tires or the right front that we had on it just wasn't great. I fought a push in the center, tight center, all day long with the car. Got in the race. It took off fairly decent, but I knew it was coming. The longer I ran, the worse, the more it come. And I started third, qualified third. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't terrible. Took off, ran third. Me and Wayne Locklear raced for a while, and actually raced very clean and
Yeah,
good
very
together.
clean.
So that's always a good.
I saw y'all going side by side into one. I was like, oh no, they're gonna touch.
No.
But y'all didn't. I was like, oh, nice.
He it was good. we ran each other hard and clean, and so it was good. He got up under me, and I knew it was coming. Brian was spotting for me, and he was telling me because I was about 5 cars out on him at one point, and kept telling me he was coming, and I knew he was there, and I come up. I could not get through the center of 3 and 4 for nothing. I was okay in 1 and 2, but I could not get through the center of 3 and 4. I tried just different lines, and plus we still having a little bit of brake issue, still trying to get all that worked out. So I couldn't dive the corner really like I wanted to. So I don't know. So ended up coming out 4th.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Pretty good finish for considering how big that field was, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't bad. I mean, I clean, didn't touch nothing, didn't tear up nothing.
It's
and
always good.
A lot
You
of
know.
lapped cars.
There was. Me and Wayne were racing. We were still racing nose to tail there for a while, and I had a car. That's what messed us up. Well, it didn't make a difference, but one car was on the very bottom. Then there was another lap car. Well, I thought he was going in behind that car, and all of a sudden he decided he wanted to pass him on the outside.
Oh,
and I
yeah, I
was
saw
already on the outside corner of him. So they were trying to put me 3 wide, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to be 3 wide out of 2 with y'all.
No.
This is not going to happen.
That
So,
just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
Fortunately, I had plenty of track behind me. So I don't know. It wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. It was, I'll take it. Like I said, I was going to run late model, and I qualified for it. No, we didn't put new tires on it. We wasn't changing anything. Literally just running same exact, just to get laps more than anything.
Field filler.
It was, but we were gonna make some adjustments on it.
Exactly.
And just see what the car would do, and we made an adjustment for qualifying and literally ran within 2 1,000ths of the exact same time I ran in the Challenger car. I was like, wow, well, it's consistent at least.
Very consistent.
We ended up qualifying 9th for that, which was not good at all. But I wasn't really trying to. What was your dad saying about the?
Yeah, he
car
felt
out
he just
there?
had motor problems.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
He could pretty much cut and mat the throttle, which you can't really do in a late model stock motor
Right.
with this, at full song. And so, yeah, felt it drove good, but felt like it just wouldn't. It sounded flat all day. It didn't look very good on the track.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we'll have to get it out and see kind of what we got going there. But handling wise, I think we're okay. Still, trying some stuff that's pretty relatively new to us. But,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the motor was just.
Late model
pretty big
setup over there is a little different
Yeah.
than the.
Yeah,
than
you
the
run against some pretty
Challenger.
good cars. That got some good motors. So you got to.
What's the
Yeah.
difference over there? You can basically use new tires and you can run bump stops. I think some of them boys are running. Y'all wasn't running bump
No.
stop. No.
Usually,
But I know a
depending
little better
motor,
shocks.
carburetor. Yeah. Well, the same shock. There's not a claim rule.
Right.
So that's
Right.
interesting, but not too much difference really. I mean,
Yeah.
but we'll get it back going.
Oh yeah,
You know.
for sure. I hate it for
Yeah,
Jamie because
rain got us skin.
Right. Yeah.
I asked him the other day. I said, "What happened to Bug? Bitch you whenever you were out here driving Chad's car and trying to drive?" He said, "I guess so." But he can't ever get into a race
No.
No.
every time.
After our race, that rain came in hot.
I'm surprised it didn't rain. I
Dude,
expected it to rain.
I was
was afraid it
expecting
would.
it too.
It went under pace laps. I saw some sprinkle, on my windshield.
Yeah.
Well,
I did too, and I
I
was
was
like,
fixing
"Uh
to
oh."
I had some then. I think, and even in the Challenger race, I remember coming out of 2 one time and just looking down the backstretch. All of a sudden, it lightning
Oh yeah.
Oh.
back behind 3 and 4.
I was just afraid it was going
"Ooh."
to start raining during the Legends race
I
because
know.
it was there.
Me too.
I told
yeah.
Landon, Landon was spotting for me in the Legend race, and I told him, I said, if you feel rain start coming any harder, because it was, like I said, sprinkling, so if you feel it any harder than what it is right now, let me know. I said, I am not wrecking this thing because of
Exactly.
that.
It
Yeah.
happened in Florida one time where it started
Yes,
raining.
yes.
And we all
Oh,
survived. Well,
We raced forever.
I think, yeah. It was kind of, interesting once it happened. It was kind of fun,
Yeah.
but I don't want to catch us off guard at Dillon, go
When-
down into the corner.
Turn one.
I
And
was
have
driving
everybody
the,
pile up.
Yes, it's a tighter corner.
Yeah,
tighter
that would
wall.
be bad.
You wouldn't have
Walls,
time.
corner.
You could
yeah.
kind of slide around with Florence and get away with it.
I was driving the 50 car that night. I wasn't even going to race that day. And Dennis asked me if I wanted to drive the 50 car that night. When that number was 50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was 50.
And I had to get somebody to bring me my helmet and everything. I think my mom brought me my helmet and everything. Well, I got in it and I made like 2 laps because we had a rain delay. I think it was, had to drive the track. And so I made a couple laps out there while they were doing that just to get the feel of the pedals more than anything. And started towards the back. And I was coming. The car was fast. Well, it started raining and we were sliding everywhere. And all of a sudden, that last lap, I went down into turn 1. And when I did, it rained just enough. It didn't turn at all. I just went straight over the hill. When it caught the dirt, it finally started turning.
There was a pack of about 8 of us there
Yeah.
at the top, and I was an 8th. I was just hanging on to that lead pack, and it was a night when there was some pretty big dogs in there racing, and it just got sketchy.
I would say that was a Darlington race
Yeah, 'cause
weekend.
it was to
wasn't
where
it?
everybody
Yeah.
was
I don't
sliding
think I
so
was
much,
down here
you
for
couldn't
that,
get away
yeah.
from each other, so it was kind of sketchy for a minute there.
Yep.
I had the same thing happen up at Waterford. I think my first race ever there.
Oof.
Started raining under caution, and I'm like, they're sending us. Next thing you know, 5 cars in the outside wall.
I've had 2 track promoter owners tell me, they're like, well, if any cars can be out there, it's y'all because y'all got treaded tires. And I'm like,
That's not how this works.
just because we got, we may have treaded tire. Or it's not tread. It is a line. There's a line around these tires. It's not tread. First, second, we don't have enough weight on them to hold them down to the track. These things will slide right off. So,
They barely got enough weight to hold us anyways without
dude,
the
to
rain.
slide around. I was fixing to say, slide around in the drive, much less the slick. So, but it was. I was with you on that. I told him, I was like, let me know if you feel any more rain, because I am not.
Mhm.
I'd hate to barrel off into. I've barreled off into one time with no brakes and knew how that was. About the same as rain. And Barry felt that. Barry
Yeah,
felt right now it says. So congratulations on your second place and your
Yeah.
and your victory in the Low Country Legends, Barry. But anyway, guys, like to thank, as always, our good friends over at SRI Performance. I gotta call them now and get some. Well, everything on my car, I always got to call them, get something else. But we redid brakes on the car, and they had everything I needed right in stock. Ordered it, had it the next day to me right here.
Perfect.
So, man, you can't ask for any better service. So if you need anything for your race car, and I'm going to tell you, you'd be surprised even the stuff you can find there. It may not be the INEX stuff, far as, the
Yeah.
particular things that we have to have, but far as like other parts and pieces for even a legend car, you can find it SRI Performance. So, guys, head over to SRI Performance, www.sriperformance.com. Fill that card up with everything you need. When you get to the checkout time, put in that promo code CBONE10. That's C as in
Chicken.
BONE10 and get yourself 10% off there at time of checkout. Same deal over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, guys. I seen some of these dirt cars get all tore up, especially. And they got all the painted aluminum sheets you can want. So, but anything else you need, if you rebuilding any other car, they got all your pro moly tubing for building those roll cages and everything else. So y'all go check it out. Check out Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and they'll hook you up with everything you need. Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Got an Earl Ramey Racing engine in my car, and I'll tell you, I mean, I feel like, we got 3 races on it now, and I felt like I might need some more gear in the car, actually. Probably help me out this week, not having gear with still. I had brakes. They're weird right now.
Yeah.
Wasn't enough.
No, there was plenty of brake, actually. It's just the pedal's really long for some reason. Goes
That's not a good
way too
sign.
low. Well, everything's brand new.
Eh,
So anyway,
Uh-oh.
it's something we got to figure out on. But I feel like I need some more gear under that Ramey Racing engine, and I'm gonna put some under it. But man, to be where we're at and we're still running how we are, I think it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
If I get car handling right and get the gear it needs under it, I feel like we'll be super fast.
Good deal.
In all honesty, so so happy with my Earl Ramey Racing engine. So y'all go check out Earl Ramey Racing engines. Get yourself some power under your hood, and all the good stuff you need. It don't matter what class you're running, as far as anything with V8 in it, they can hook you up on anything from crate engines to dirt super late model engines. So y'all go check them out. Also, Profab headers and exhaust. Good testimonial this week. Our buddy Chad Webster. I went to sit in his trailer. He said, "Let me tell you something." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Them Profab headers work." He said, "I got a set this week and put on the car." He said, "It is a noticeable feel difference in the power of that motor just because of the headers."
Sounded great too.
It did.
Yeah,
That thing
did.
sounded nasty, didn't it? So, man, that's an awesome testimonial. Coming from a racer that has tried a little bit of everything for sure. So y'all head over to Profab Headers and Exhaust and check them out. Get up with them guys. It don't matter what application you got, they got it. If you just same deal, crate motors, supers, anything in between. They're even making all the headers and exhaust for those legend cars. With FZ09s and MT09s,
I may need
all
some.
that is all Profab headers on them. So
Perfect.
y'all go check them out. Now you gotta get those straight from Inex, but everything
Yeah,
else comes
true.
from Profab. but y'all go check them out. There's a few things to talk about. I want to talk about a hot button topic that has happened over the past couple days. Yeah, I know you do every once in a while. Watch some dirt stuff, super late model stuff. You're look at any.
A little bit here and
There-
there.
I don't know if to know
I
what
think
you're
the
about to say.
I figured you did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know what you're about to say too.
All of a sudden, I'm sitting at the house yesterday, and I get a notification on my Twitter account. I think it was, and it's about Ricky Thornton Jr. And I'm like, I didn't really think nothing about it. I just thought he won another race.
Nope.
All of a sudden, I look at it, and it is saying basically the whole deal. And I look into it a little more. Essentially, he was fired from SSI.
Really?
Yeah.
Fired,
A lot of
really?
things, kind of come out saying it was.
I heard rumors that they wanted to go to a 2-car team and he didn't want to
That's
do
a
that.
rumor still.
heard,
That is a
yeah.
rumor. We don't know. That is a rumor. But regardless, he was let go. He was let go. And I mean, even because he even put on there, basically his world was rocked, didn't know what he was going to do. And I'm like, man, I don't think how to. I mean, even if that were the case, knowing he's the points leader in Lucas Oil and the Flow Racing Night in America right now,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have pitched enough fit just to lose my ride over knowing I'm leading the points in both of those.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, maybe somebody's ego is bigger than mine. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I don't feel like I would have.
I definitely would not have.
No. And I don't feel like anybody in their right mind would. I mean, I don't think.
No.
But what I know y'all don't really know. I don't know. If anybody knows, please tell me. Are there not contracts in dirt racing at all? Because like the Hudson O'Neal situation, the Tim McCready, which was very amicable. I understood Tim McCready leaving after Hudson left, but I mean, there's just so many people. They just on these big teams, and it's like middle of the season is boom, gone.
Gone.
You think much money is going around, or they're racing for?
People want to say, NASCAR likes to put off dirt super late model racing as they put it off, going back to the roots and doing
Yeah.
this stuff. And
Yeah.
I get going back to the roots. I hate to tell them, but there are some teams out there spending
Oh yeah.
as much as some NASCAR teams are.
Maybe even more.
Yeah, definitely. It is multi-millions. I mean, in dirt racing anymore, it's not cheap. So when you think that kind of money, I'm just like, dude, it does nobody have a contract to say, hey, I'm
Are
racing
there
here
even
this
contracts?
year?
Like,
You know, especially the sponsors. That's my thing. Is like,
yeah.
sponsors. You would think definitely. All right, we're sponsoring this driver in this car for this year. And I know there's always ways out of them if everybody agrees to everything. But man, this dude's leading won more races this year than anybody.
Exactly. Most dominant driver probably
Dude.
of the 2024 season.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. Rumor is, I guess, like you said, that want to go 2-car team. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like Hudson O'Neal's going back to SSI. I feel like that's what's going to happen. I think that's kind of a given. This evening or this afternoon, it was announced. Ricky is driving tonight. Flow Racing Castrol Night in America, whatever that thing's called. He is driving Steve Shepard's car, Brandon Shepard's dad's car, for the race tonight, which was super cool. I mean, like, he had to pull a seat out and get it over there and throw it in just for them to make it. So super cool of them to let him in the ride tonight.
Points battle and all.
Yeah, for sure.
exactly.
And being I feel like the Longhorn guys got to want to keep Ricky Thornton Jr. in that car.
Yeah, some people say he's going
In
to go to the Rocket House car.
I don't see
I
that.
see that.
Ah.
See, I don't know enough to say one or the other.
I don't. It's possible. Anything's possible.
Literally anything.
But I don't see that happening. I feel like I've talked with Steve Arpin and them guys up at Longhorn. They really like Ricky Thornton Jr. And he's not in the house car. But technically Brandon Shepard is in the house car, and now he's going over there and running that car tonight. So
Who knows?
it may not be the house car. It may be Brandon's dad's car. Another
Or even a backup.
Longhorn. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
It's another Brandon Shepard car. So I just feel like Longhorn's going to want to keep him in a Longhorn. I could see maybe Kevin Rumley possibly putting up something for him to run the rest of the year. Kevin Rumley said many times he don't want to run a full schedule, and I could understand that. But I could see him putting up something for him to at least finish out the year. Or, and I'm very speculating on this. I could talk with our good friend Tanya at MPM, because she leads this marketing portion, the Coltman Farms ride. They got a good team down there, good cars. I feel like he's already sponsored by Coltman Farms, so possibly could throw him in a third car. I don't know. Just pure speculation. What is anybody else's thoughts on what could happen? Y'all watching? It's I feel like there's all kind of things that could happen. Who knows? Oh, Connor, Matt said brakes are on the way.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Kale, we're almost ready. We're waiting on air conditioning in your studio. We can't deal with it down here, Kale. You could deal with it in 100 degrees. I'm not dealing with it in 100 degrees. Sorry. I'm not. But it is radio other than that. I don't know. What you
Yeah, I don't
just
know
the
enough
situation.
about it.
Well, I
I
know,
know,
but
it
I'm
is
just saying.
weird, yeah.
But I'm just
The
saying
whole
the
thing is
situation.
weird.
Somebody just won that many
Yeah.
times,
There had to be-
leading points.
Had to be a big falling out that,
Dude,
Had to-
we probably don't know.
no,
half of it,
I don't,
you know.
No, I don't think we do. I don't think
Yeah.
we do at all.
There's got to be something behind this that's like way hidden from the public eye right now.
Yeah, I feel like there is for sure. Okay, so that kind of falls us into another driver deal. This time on the NASCAR side, AM Racing announced last week that Joey Logano would be driving the what number is that? 15, I
15,
guess.
yeah.
Car at Chicago, and that just all of a sudden shot the speculations through the roof. At that point, Haley Deegan out for Chicago. The way it kind of sounded, she was coming back, kind of, but everybody was like, "Nah, she's not coming back." Well, it was announced today that they decided to split halfway through the season. She's out of the car. I don't know who's going in the car. Apparently, I imagine they got somebody lined up to
I'd
go
bring
in there.
Brett Moffitt back.
That'd be the smart thing to
Brett
do.
Moffitt, yeah, probably be a smart option, or have a couple Cup guys run it.
I think they need to get a couple more Cup guys to run it in some races
Yeah.
to assist their program. And I'm not downing Haley Deegan. I'm really not, because I think she has potential, actually. I honestly do. I saw her, drive K&N stuff and saw how she did in it. And there were some physical races, but she was at the front to be physical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think there is potential there. And granted, you're on another scale. But this is what I'm going to say is Josh Berry. Oh, Josh Berry's going to drive it.
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh crap!
How
When
about
did
that?
that get announced? I didn't even.
That's
see
probably
that.
just for this weekend. Kel said they announced it today. How about that?
Oh, nice.
But anyway, which is smart, very
Very
smart.
smart.
You can't take though somebody. I look back. I said, where did she finish in points in trucks in 23? So I went and looked back. She finished 19th in the point standings.
In a Thor sport too.
In a
That's
Thor-
the thing.
yeah.
In a Thor sport.
She was nowhere to be found when her teammate won the
Nope.
championship.
No, that's what I'm
Isn't
saying.
Ben Rhodes a two-time champion, or is he
Ben
still
Rhodes,
just
she was
one?
with that team. And
Yeah.
Zane Smith won the championship.
Yeah.
She was at that team.
And
I
that's
don't
what
even
I'm
think
saying.
about
You
that. So that's just
can't-
twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
Well,
can't
Zane
take.
Smith was with front row, I think. Right?
Well, I don't know.
Whichever one.
Either way.
But either way, it
She's
was,
been on
it was a top
championship winning
ride.
team.
Yeah,
It was a
definitely
top ride, like
had
the
those-
top.
Caliper trucks behind her. But regardless, she finished 19th. You can't take somebody who finished 19th in the points in trucks, didn't have many good runs at all.
No.
I mean, few sporadic, I think like one top 5 maybe. Couple sporadic top 10s.
I think she had 2, and I think one of them was just a gimme, basically,
Okay.
on fuel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you can't take that and expect them to all of a sudden do better just because you put them in a Xfinity car. I don't I get there's marketing behind her, but now you've just ruined, because apparently her sponsors apparently agreed to let her out of that contract. I mean, that's the only way that happens.
Yeah.
In NASCAR.
Yeah.
I don't think she's got Monster behind her anymore.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I was about to say that, actually, if anybody noticed. Last year, I think it was last year when Monster left, or was it this year?
I don't know.
It was one of the
this
2
year,
years.
first of this year.
Yeah,
They all of a sudden, you stop seeing the logo. She didn't really say anything about it and just stop seeing the logos.
exactly.
So, I don't know.
And it's not like they're out of
Just
NASCAR. They
Not
got
good
Riley
enough
Hurst.
right now.
No, she's not.
I'm not actively pulling against her. Just not at the moment good enough to be in the top 3 series. I think maybe a truck ride,
Maybe.
but
Well, I think she needs to go back to truck, plug in some ARCA stuff once in a while.
Yeah.
Put her in a daggone late model stock once in a while. In my opinion, Toyota development has got it going on again right now.
Exactly.
They've got their drivers, like Isabella Robusto. She's running ARCA. She's running late models.
Yeah.
She runs. I think they're even putting her in some Millbridge stuff up there. in Millbridge.
yeah.
everybody in all those programs.
That's
runs
what
a
I'm
lot.
saying. And
Exactly.
Haley's doing it herself. Ford, even though Ford was backing her, they're not putting her in any real driver development program.
Exactly.
I'm like, get away from Ford. Ford,
I think
have
that was
nothing
the big
against Ford.
mistake.
but I just don't think they're doing her any good, as trying to develop her into a driver, because she didn't come from round track racing background at all.
They're really good motocross and all that.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And there's off-road trucks, which, Jimmy Johnson was great in them. He was good, but you can't go off Jimmy Johnson.
No.
So
Jimmy Johnson is one of a kind.
is I don't know. I feel like if somebody would actually take her, far as a manufacturer, and work with her and really develop, not just she went and bought her own kart to race it, or whatever. I think I don't know if it was a midget or
One of those things.
whatever it was. She went and bought her own to run out at Millbridge and stuff. And I'm like, no. Team Chevrolet. I mean, we've talked with Katie Hettinger on here before. No, they have her out there. They got they got a team that she runs for, and they are teaching them the driving craft. I mean, the racecraft. How to be smooth in those karts, and which translates over to a lot of other things. So
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know where she's gonna fall. I don't know where she's gonna land. Because there's nothing open in the middle of the season.
No, nothing.
You'd have to, unless you got a sponsor to really throw some money at some stuff.
And she lost that sponsor in Monster.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think.
I don't know, because all their sponsors stayed on the car while Joey that were on the car stayed on the car with Joey Logano in it. Because I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I honestly think it went downhill when she left Toyota.
Yeah,
I think she should have just stayed with Toyota. As much as there was a lot of drivers in there, they were still pushing them up. I'm like, you see people like Gio Ruggiero, who is he with Toyota still?
Yep.
I know he's with Toyota still. You got people like Isabella Robusto, like you said, Tony Bradinger, Corey Heim. Basically, all of them are working their way up.
they are.
And Ford, honestly, they just can't get anybody up because they have no teams in the
They
truck
got no
series.
development.
They
No
got like
development at
nothing.
all.
Yeah, they got no teams in the truck series. Basically, they have little to no teams in the Xfinity series, and the Cup series is just looking worse. And then late models, you got one team, Kevin Harvick.
Well, Kevin's already said he just wants to work KHI as a marketing thing for he's not connected to any manufacturer.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
he said
that
he'll
just
put
makes
any
it even better.
He'll put
then.
he'll put any nose on the front.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's what he
Change,
said.
change bumper.
Is it change the
And rear
bumper?
bumpers.
Yep,
That just makes it better then
Yep.
at that point because you got nothing
exactly.
for development wise.
Um,
So it just is a bad situation gone worse. Honestly, is what I think it was.
Yeah, I think there was too much money and marketing pushed around there for not enough training.
Yeah,
That's what it seemed like. I don't know.
and maybe being forced up a little early.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. She should have never come up. When they announced it last year that she was moving up, moving to AM Racing, and I'm like, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, horrible.
Terrible idea.
I think when she left ARCA too, that was not the best idea either.
No, but
well, the ARCA Menard series, like the
Right,
full on
right.
ARCA, K&N and all that, she was really good in K&N West. And
Yep.
I don't know if she ran any East races, but the main ARCA series, I don't know if she got a win in that at all. And it's nothing against her. I know she's got a lot of talent,
No.
but it was just, I think she just got forced up way too fast.
for sure. But anyway, well, that is the. Was there any other silly season news we heard? I think Briscoe had already announced
Yeah,
last
something
year
like
we
that.
had.
Briscoe announced that. I didn't see anything.
There's some
And
still
Josh
some
Berry
stuff
to
going
the
on.
21.
Josh
Yeah,
Berry through 21.
We might
did
already
come
talk
out.
about that.
No, we
Yeah.
didn't talk.
Yeah.
We had speculated that.
Yeah,
We didn't-
okay. So
but they confirmed that.
They confirmed, yeah. that
Um,
one was gonna happen.
Yeah. Harrison looked terrible in it again this week.
I don't know. They tried putting on those wet tires on the first stop. Or when they first
They
started
started on him.
racing,
To try, he got
awful.
lapped,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, how do you burn him off so bad? I don't know.
I don't know where Harrison's gonna end up now. He may
Harrison's
be able to
going
go to
back
the 15.
That's what I heard. He was going to probably be there. Probably
Makes
be back in
sense,
the
honestly.
Xfinity and put him. But Ford's got. I'm still saying, even him. I mean, they got to come in with some driver training and stuff. You got to develop these. You don't just jump in a Cup car and be
It'd quick.
be a fast driver. I mean, you don't do that. So, So yeah, he's going Josh Berry to the 21. I think that's about it as of right now. There is some speculation right now about where Noah Gregson's going to end up.
Oh yeah.
There's still word that he's going to end up in a third RCR car.
Really?
Yeah,
Bass Pro
I've been
Shop.
seeing that.
I don't know.
Honestly, I can and I can't see it at the same time.
I can see it. It's just I don't know if it's a good move.
Does RCR want to go back to
Or you just got to find where you can go. I
I think
guess
that's all
yeah,
it is.
I mean,
It's just like I got this sponsor who wants it.
yeah, all of a sudden a 4-car team shut down, but there's not really 4 other quality rides open.
There's not, but also
I mean,
he's
he-
got Bass Pro Shop. That's his big
I mean,
sponsor.
he
He's
could.
taking with him, and there's only, in my opinion, there's probably only 2 teams that's going to have Bass Pro Shop on the car. Johnny Morris just has a good relationship with
Yeah,
with
Gibbs.
and Richard Childress. So
I mean, he could stay with Haas, honestly, but that
don't
would be
see
a
that.
long
I don't
shot.
think he wants to. Yeah,
I don't.
That would be
I
a
wouldn't
very
want
big
to.
I don't anticipate that car running very good.
I don't either.
I don't either, but a
Unless
ride is a
they
ride.
put it in as a basically another satellite team off of maybe RFK or something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
depending on who they put in it. It would. Let's see what Bill's saying
Third
here.
RCR car. I don't know. I honestly don't.
Oh yeah, Bill,
see
for
it.
sure. Ford Motors, Ford Motors in a late model stocks, fast, super fast.
Very.
I love the Ford Motors. I'd love to have one.
Yeah.
I'd love to have one. And they are they're really really fast. I know for a long time. I know until this year because they still made. There's no telling what they got in there, but I know Butterbean was running a Ford motor
Before, yeah.
in his for a long time, but now they got the Toyota line, so they may not. I don't know what they're allowing in there.
Yeah.
Toyota don't have
They
a
just need
motor to put in
put a
it.
Toyota
Yeah,
bumper on it.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Toyota don't have.
May just be it probably is just a bumper because I think the LFR guys, Lee Folk Racing, I don't know if they don't got Toyota motors, do they?
No, there's no Toyota.
There's no Toyota
late model
motors.
motor. That's what I'm saying.
So honestly, it's
you
like,
only
what?
got you either got crate Chevrolet, crate Ford, or built Chevrolet, built Ford. That's all you got.
4.
Or the Harrington, which is still technically a Chevrolet
Yeah.
base. I think it is.
Technically.
So anyway, that is the silly season news for this year, for this week anyway.
For this week,
not
yeah.
this year, week, for sure. So real quick, guys, want to talk about our buddy Skylar Whitfield. If you are down in the North Myrtle Beach area tonight, go check him out at the OD Lounge. Him and Dan Emmett will be playing down there. Dan Emmett, I think, on the fiddle for sure. That'll be a good show. On the 10th, Ocean Crest Seahorse Eats and Drink in Oak Island, North Carolina. The 11th, Old Irish Pub, North Myrtle Beach. 12th, South End Bistro with Stephanie Sullivan there in Polly's Island. 13th, Ocean Blue Restaurant, that is at the Doubletree Resort there in Myrtle Beach. And the 14th, the Marina Bar there with Route 65 in North Myrtle Beach. Go check out our buddy Skylar Whitfield. He is a great voice. Check him out on Spotify, all the streaming services. He's on all of them. So y'all go check him out for sure. Great music. Go check out his website, SkylarWhitfield.live. You sit there on the screen. Go check him out for sure. So back to the NASCAR portion, I guess. Chicago Street Course this past weekend. Xfinity and Cup. Xfinity Saturday. I saw some highlights from it.
Yeah, I saw some too.
Looked like they just tried to tear up everything.
Saw Larson and
Except the walls.
Yeah,
Gisberger
now Larson
had an
and-
awesome
yeah.
battle.
Yes, they did. Up front was awesome. From about halfway on back, it was just like, dude, just just y'all slow down. Just slow down.
that's-
drive.
Yeah,
Do not
that's,
wreck
that's
the
where
car,
the old Xfinity
please.
cars are kind of. They're good on open road courses, but it's hard to get those things around a tight wall street course.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
For sure. So
Cup cars are definitely a little more suited to that.
yeah.
Mhm.
But you're right. The upfront battle between Kyle Larson and SVG was awesome to watch, and Kyle talked very highly of
Yeah.
Shane after the race. He was just like, dude, that dude is so good, and
He is.
you know,
Yeah,
he
he
said it was so clean. We ran each other and didn't really touch at all, and just fun racing.
Yeah, wish I
and,
could have watched it because it looked like it was.
me
yeah.
too.
They were going after it.
Not surprised SVG won that. So
The cup side,
Cup
however.
side. Why? First of all, I'm just going to start off. Why are we starting a cup race when you know you have a clear cutoff? You don't have lights.
That's what I was
You're
wondering.
not going to
Exactly. I
come
was
back on
just gonna
Monday.
say that.
Why are we starting at a? Well, here it was what 4:15. I think there was 3:15. Supposed to be.
Oh, it was more
Supposed
like
to be.
5.
No, it ended up being later, but it was supposed to be at 3:15. Well, or 3:30, something like
Whatever
that.
the time was.
And then that was Central Time, not
Yeah,
Eastern. It would have been 4:30 our time.
Yeah.
Why are we starting so late? It makes no sense.
Yeah,
Because
especially when you
make
know
any
you might have rain delay here and there.
It's-
Because I mean, it looked
It
dark
happened
from
way too
stage
much
one.
last year.
Yeah, stage one looked like it was dark. Like,
Yeah.
I like
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why. Unless it's
it's
just
just cloudy. I mean,
let's,
it's
just,
just got
let's
that-
say yeah. If the sun would have been out, it might would have been okay. But it looked like it was going to be dark. You
Yeah.
know, like
And then here comes
there's
the
no
rain.
way even without rain that they finish this the whole way. Unless it's just something the city makes them do. I don't know.
Well, I heard
if they're
they
time
were-
slotted.
I heard what happened is the way they do this. It's not they don't book it basically as a race. It's a full city event where these concerts and everything were going on. Well, they had full concerts before the race,
Yeah.
and people were over at the concerts behind the track, and so that's why they had to start when they did. I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. I did see a statistic, though, that this was the shortest race in NASCAR that had ever been run since 1992. This is the second
Wow.
shortest. The only one shorter than that was at Watkins Glen. Rain came. It was just past or at halfway, and it ended up being 124 miles. This one was 127 miles.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Rain. I know that I don't know how much the city kind of boxes them in with time wise, so I don't know about that. But rain, they can't catch a break with the rain.
Yeah,
they
no,
can't.
they cannot.
They can't. But my thing is, and there was not as much rain as there was last year.
No,
Nowhere close.
No.
Nowhere close.
No.
Even Christopher Bell standing there on pit road, he's like, we got windshield wipers, we got rain tires. Why are we not racing? And he was leading that time.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
was like, why are we not racing? And yes, granted, it's raining, whatever, but that's the reason you put this setup into play.
I guess the spray was so bad.
I guess
Yeah,
it
I
is.
think
And
so.
I think puddling is.
They had to get it pulled. I mean, even with rain
that's the
tires,
thing,
the
is they
stock
can't do
cars,
anything.
it's hard. You can't, especially on a street course. If they had a regular road course, they could slide off.
and I
Street cars, you're
understand
in the
that.
wall.
Yeah, any little mistake will cause a caution. I mean, it's going to be.
And I
Yeah,
understand
I agree
it
too.
100%. I
And I think that's what they hurt themselves starting so late. Is they just didn't have time to
you give
work
you
with
no
it.
exactly. You give yourself before the race starts. They're like, all right, we're racing to 8:20. I'm like, what?
We're not even
When
going to
do
get the
we
full
have
distance
timed
in.
races? You know, that's first ever timed race in NASCAR history,
Yeah.
and it was just
Chaos.
everybody was running over everybody. No one to last, especially that last
Chase Briscoe
15
became a
minutes.
bowling
I
ball
just
for
hate it
about
because I
5
feel
seconds.
like when the track was dry, the first
No, it was
15 laps,
great
I
racing.
thought they actually raced good.
They
I mean,
did.
it really did. That's why I think it's going because I doubt they go back again. It's going to have a bad hindsight just
I don't
because of how
know.
bad it rained. But I think the racing, if they ever got a chance to actually race them, would have been one of the better road course races
Yeah.
of the year.
I was
would
listening
agree.
to the teardown actually, and they were talking about, because they were at the track, we didn't see none of this, but the mayor of the city, how last time it was this whole big, basically they didn't want them. I mean, they didn't come out and just say we didn't want them.
It was
they just,
like the previous administration did it. And the new one was kind of like, we'll have to review everything.
No, the mayor come in this time in driver's beating, wearing a driver's suit, talking about how much NASCAR has done for that city. And I mean, just praising NASCAR, and they want to make this a big event going forward and all this other stuff. So
I hope.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it. Honestly, I think everybody was kind of ready to move on last year. How it had one time. I wanted to see it actually get to racing the drive. We still didn't
I
get
still
it.
would love to see it.
Because Van Gisbergen and Larson and Seabell were racing, and Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, they all were putting on a pretty good race. Till the rain came, and then they had to start tiptoeing, or just cautions would happen and mess everything up.
That's right. It I don't know. Talk about Van Gisbergen. Just to let you know, he had the Saucy Nugs sponsorship.
Yeah.
I tried some today.
How were they?
They were amazing, actually.
Really?
All they
Nice.
are, all they are,
It's just nuggets,
are the nuggets
just dipped.
dipped in whatever sauce I just got the honey barbecue. I'm not a hot fan,
Yeah.
so
I thought about getting them too. Yeah.
I got some honey barbecue, and they were really good. They're really good.
Try 'em out.
So
I might have to get myself some.
plug in for Wendy's.
Yeah. Sometimes you wonder about some of the little Winnies out here if they can actually make it the right way.
I know, right?
Whew, it's scary sometimes.
But- Yeah, look, it's cool.
But
I hate it for
man,
him.
he was looking good.
Yeah.
He was.
It was. They were putting on some good racing.
Yeah, he was looking good, but it wasn't going to be a guarantee. He had some guys that were racing hard with.
And he even said that he was like, man, that top four was racing hard, and Chase Briscoe, he messed up big time.
Oh yeah.
Well, it looked like if you got on the brakes and it started hydroplane, it was over. You weren't getting off.
And he
He tried to stay. He tried to stay off
tried
of him,
to.
but he
Essentially,
he
a
barely
bowling
touched
ball.
him. That was so.
They showed that one replay, and I saw him come by, and I was like, "Wow, they just barely missed him."
It
He
sped him
barely-
up.
Yeah.
That was all that happened. It just like pushed him through the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
I was like, man, dang.
Which did enough.
Oh yeah, it knocked the whole right front off the car.
Oh yeah.
I hate it because I like to see him race, so it's pretty cool just to see.
And then beyond that, Kyle Larson tried to recreate Jimmy Johnson at
Yeah.
Watkins Glen. I thought,
Oh no. Yeah,
He would have been okay if he would have caught all the tires, but he caught
he
just barely the last row.
just a wall.
Because last year
wall.
Kyle Busch did that, but he just hit the tires
Right.
and ended up coming back running forward. But Larson hit more concrete than anything,
Mm-hmm.
trying to avoid the car in front of him.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, he did.
he piled that one in there for sure.
I just hate
Um,
it. Wish you could have got to see.
Yeah,
Race
that's
play
what
out.
stinks.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that stinks about rain. I don't mind the rain tires. Don't mind the racing in the rain if you're going to race in it, whatever. But it does stink because I feel like you're actually,
For this event, I mean, if it happens in New Hampshire, we never come back to New Hampshire next year.
yeah.
This
Yeah,
one,
exactly.
you hate to see it just because
Yeah.
the build-up's there.
But-
And I don't think it was awful. It just,
No, it wasn't awful.
as a racing fan, I want to see how it would race
Exactly.
straight up.
Right, exactly. And I felt
This
like
is-
they were putting on, when the track was decently dry, they were putting on some good racing.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were still pushing it. They were still right up against the walls and everything else. So
They're going full force. I honestly think they just need to push that start time up. If they can. If
yeah.
they can. If NASCAR is allowed to push it up, they got to push it up to like 1 o'clock or something.
that's what it needs to be. It
They just
needs to
need
be a
to-
1 o'clock local start time.
They just caught some bad breaks with rain.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, they
I
really
hate
did.
it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems how it's going to be. I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
Early in the race, Alex Bowman got into Bubba Wallace in the rain, and he said, man, I completely messed up. He said, my windshield wiper was messing up, and I'm over there fidgeting with the switch, and I drove it too deep in the corner, and I just wiped him out. He said, I ruined his day. I'm sorry. Blah, blah. He said, I tried to call him at the break, or when the red flag, shot him a text. No response, obviously. He said, anyway, Alex Bowman goes on to win it. After checker flag, Alex Bowman's riding around. All of a sudden, Bubba comes up and doors him. And
Yeah.
because I had the in-car camera on him at the time. I was watching it, and Alex is wiping his sweat out of his eyes or crying or something. I don't know what.
Whatever he was doing.
Whatever he was doing. It looked like he about pokes his own eye out, but then he hits the wall, and when Bubba hit him and he hit the wall, the whole front of the car just jumps up in the air.
I'm sure NASCAR is going to frown down upon that.
They're
That's
gonna,
what I'm
they're gonna
fixing
have
to
a fun
say.
time
I don't
with
know
that
why
one.
they get him in the rain delay or something. You know,
I would have went to him, myself personally. Well, I guess I don't know. Who knows with NASCAR anymore?
I mean,
Alex
I
says,
know I hate to get spun a car to win, goes on a win.
yeah.
I mean, it was really more Bowman kind of backed into one.
My thing
he was
is,
fast.
though-
Yeah, he
you
was
know.
very fast.
My thing is though, man, if the man's texting you, calling you, this is well before he won. He wasn't even close
Yeah,
to the lead
exactly.
at the time. Obviously, dude did not mean to. Yeah, I mean, just the way it happened. I mean, you're in the rain. I don't think he's because it messed him up too. It wasn't like it helped him out at all.
No, it didn't help him.
And any way you would spin anybody on that track is never going to help you because they're not going anywhere.
They're gonna spin
They're just
right
going to spin in front of you.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, dude, just calm down a little bit. He's get him back during the race.
Yeah, spin-
I mean, all's fair. Spin eye for an eye, I guess, to some
I guess
extent.
so. Do some.
I don't know.
Maybe.
You think NASCAR gonna do anything about it?
Just because he had winning that down, and most of them are unbuckling their stuff and all. If it had been near caution, I think it'd be different. But on a cool down lap,
Right.
I don't think they're going like that.
I don't think they are.
I mean, probably monetary fines. All,
Yeah, I was
but
about to say if anything.
Well,
fine.
they might points.
But then again, we had the Carson Hocevar
That's
incident.
what I was fixing to say. Carson Hocevar, what was it, 50,000 and 25 points?
I thought it was 25,000. It was
Or might have been 25,000.
25,000,
I know-
25 points. It was something around
I know
there.
it was
mainly
25
the
points.
points that killed him.
Right. But NASCAR doesn't have a real knack for being consistent either.
Exactly. Yeah. They have not been that recently at all.
It almost got interesting at the end when Tyler Reddick was coming. I didn't know he was on dry tires.
Yeah, he was
but
flying.
He was coming up to him and hit,
Dude, if
hit,
he wouldn't have hit that
hit the
wall,
inside wall there.
he wouldn't have hit
So-
the wall. He'd have
yeah.
won that race.
He'd probably had to move him last corner, but
Oh,
he
yeah,
but he
he'd
might
have
Oh
had
have.
yeah, move him, but
But he'd
win
he'd
it
have been there.
nonetheless.
It'd have been interesting.
He'd definitely been
I didn't know he was on the dry tires. I thought he was just faster. I
Yeah,
didn't think he was
either.
fast, but then they said he was on.
him and I think Ty Gibbs come back.
He was flying.
Yeah.
They were coming through the field on slicks. Joey Ham was looking good. See, that's my thing about the whole thing. Some people are like, oh, well, Alex Bowman kind of, won this off of circumstance, whatever. Yes, there's circumstance in every race. Every single race, there's circumstance.
Yes.
But on the exact same tires, this dude passed a very experienced road course racer and drove off from him.
Yeah.
I mean, so, and Joey Ham was running very good in that car. So,
Finished fourth, I think, as well.
Yeah, he
which
ended
was
up
really, really good.
ended up fourth in it. So that was good. I don't know. I thought Alex did great. I was happy to. Did y'all hear his interview afterwards?
Yeah.
I did not. I didn't hear it.
Oh, it was great.
Oh.
He said the last one they didn't get. I don't remember his last win. It was 80
think it was-
races ago.
I thought it was Pocono of 21, the doubleheader.
Yeah.
Is that
thought
when?
that was
Is
his
that
last-
when Kyle cut the tire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Pocono.
That's
of-
probably why he didn't celebrate too much. He was just like, whatever. Or no, that was it was during. So yeah,
I
that
think
would
that
make
interview
sense.
he said he couldn't because it was a doubleheader weekend.
That's right. But he said there's probably gonna be way too much bourbon drink tonight. It's gonna be bad. He said I'm probably gonna wake up naked on the bathroom floor again. I'm like, dude,
My question is,
Are you serious?
my question is again,
Again? Oh, yeah.
again. I'm sorry.
not the first time.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, don't wake up naked on the bathroom floor.
Please don't.
So I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a decent race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it in dry.
Yeah.
yeah.
Love to see it in dry. Love to see
Now
earlier
that all the
start
fans
time.
get to come out and watch it, not having to
Yeah.
get soaked and
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love, and I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer here by no means, but I would love to see the race with perfect conditions to actually know what fans are coming to a race, what fans are coming to concert.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just see.
I understand that, but with an event like this, you can kind of you're not trying to appeal to the diehard fan, I guess.
Yeah,
You're just
that's
trying
the
to
thing.
trying to get some more eyes on it. Have a big day.
Yeah.
feel
I
like.
mean, it's got to be great for sponsors.
Yeah, I think
and stuff.
it does pretty good TV ratings and all. So
Yeah.
that's,
It does.
That's the king, really.
I wanted to watch it. I mean,
I'm okay. I'm more of a traditionalist NASCAR wise, but I like to see it once a year. I'd rather have it than some of the other.
I
race
still-
courses.
As long as they only keep it to once a year.
Yeah, I don't want them to do.
Like I said
if they
la-
wanted to move it around every now and then.
that's
but-
what I was fixing
Yeah.
to say. I said it last year. I would love to see, since NASCAR owns all that, the walls and everything that were put up there. NASCAR owns every bit of it. I would love to see that race actually move around.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
whatever.
It
city
was
would
in
want to host it.
Chicago. Put it
Yeah.
downtown. Any big city. I mean, you could put it downtown Charlotte. We already got tracks there,
Yeah.
but so
Yeah.
I'd say go to some of these other markets. Go
Right,
to-
I
Oh,
agree,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying, just move the thing around.
Yeah.
Just put
Yeah.
it.
Change
I
the
don't know.
layout.
Boston, something like that. Yeah,
That,
exactly.
that would be chaos. Boston
it would be.
chaos.
It would be chaos. but
Mainly
I mean,
because of the roads in Massachusetts.
well, I'm not disagreeing, but just it could be done.
It could be.
New
New York.
So you can put this whatever a city wants to host it.
Exactly.
I mean, we've already got that Miami track. We could try there, but
You can
then
make-
again, that is not fun for F1. I don't think
I don't
that'd
know.
be
I
fun
like
for
the-
NASCAR.
I like the street course actually in the, in the city.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
Miami
that
was
would be
kind
good.
of in the parking lot of the.
yeah.
Hard Rock Stadium,
Rock,
which
yeah.
is like, can we technically call it a street course, or is it just
Yeah, it's
a track in a
makeshift
parking
road
lot?
course.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Where we got next week? Pocono.
Pocono, yeah.
Pocono. Probably.
Pocono.
I know.
It's put on some good races
It
recently.
has, but
it has,
for whatever reason, it's probably one of my least favorite tracks to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
don't know.
It just, I think everything just spreads out. It's very traditional racing there. But it's always, a lot of times it just spreads out, and it's not a lot of, pretty much whoever gets out front just stays out front.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, last couple of years, it has put on some decent racing. So
We'll see.
maybe we get some of that.
Maybe.
What's your thoughts on it? Who stands out to you?
Usually Hamlin and Larson are pretty good there, but Hamlin, especially the last couple of years in this car, has been pretty stout there.
Yeah.
So
What you think?
I would say Chastain, but Trackhouse has been not looking great this year, so I think I'm going to go either Hamlin or Byron.
I don't know what's happened to them because Chastain, when this car first came out, this
They were really good
They
when
were
it
really
first
good.
came out.
They were
It's
really
just
good.
now it seems like they've just died. It's like something happened within that group because now even Suarez isn't doing as good as he used to with that
and that's what
car.
stinks to me about this playoff format, the whole win and you're in,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Suarez got to win. But now, if they keep running like they're running, that's not saying they are, but if they keep running like they're running, it's just a wasted playoff
Yeah,
spot
exactly.
that somebody way ahead of him in points could have got in, at least on points, and made it at least, somewhat competition with somebody that's close to them in points.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have
Whatever.
no idea. It's
We'll see.
just
Whatever.
we got to see what we can get.
With Bowman winning, I was trying to think. I listened. There was a stat the other week. Can they still max out on?
I think
they
still,
can.
6 races left or
I
something.
think so.
7.
Yeah, they can.
I think they can
max
still
out on the
max
winner.
out on winners.
On winners. Then what do you do at that point?
Nobody gets in on points.
Yeah, that
Then-
would really suck. Nobody gets down on points, but like if we have too many winners,
And
That would
I wish
cause
it would
some
happen
chaos.
one time personally, just so they're like, oh, it can happen.
it can happen. Watch, it's gonna happen. They're gonna expand the playoff format to like 20 now.
I got too many already. I think it
We
needs to
do.
be 10.
Yeah, 10, maybe 12.
I think it needs to go back to 10, run 5 races or 4 races, break it off, and then run the rest for the championship. Forget that one race at the end.
Agreed.
Yeah, it might be too far going now though.
Oh, it is. It is too
Way
far.
too far.
That's just the
Yeah.
traditionalist in me that wants that, Connor. But anyway, guys, won't you thank our good friends over at Dixie Made? Dixie Made right here in Florence, South Carolina, right over here by the flea market. If you're in town, coming in town, we got Darlington here back again in a month now? Not even a month.
Not even.
No,
no,
more,
no.
more,
Month-
month and a
sorry,
half.
month and a half.
Yeah, month and a half
I was like,
now
wait
is
a
what I'm
second.
thinking. My bad. But regardless, if you're coming in town, going to Myrtle Beach, you're coming right by it. So stop by our good friends over at Dixie Made. Check out all the great brands they got. Anything from just few Simply Southern. I know the ladies like. Let's see. I know there's Drake. All the kids love some Drake jackets, and yes, it's hot as blazes right now, but it's gonna cool down eventually. You never know.
Eventually.
All the other cool brands that everybody wants. So y'all stop. They got you from head to toe covered. Stop over at Dixie Made for sure. Also, good friends at Fresh Chef. If you were up in the Race City area, North Carolina, stop by a Fresh Chef. You will not be disappointed. Daily drinks and food specials. They got everything you want. One of my favorites up there is shrimp and grits. So good, so good. Y'all just stop up there, get you some, and you'll love it. Definitely will love it. Also, as I said before, MPM Marketing, McAllister Precision Marketing. We might have to be talking with her, see if we can get some details on what's going on with RTJ, since she may be in the know of that. I don't know.
Maybe.
We don't know. Possibly. I have to reach out. Who knows? I'll try to get him on here soon, just to talk about what's going on. But anyway, MPM Marketing, guys, if you were trying to move up in this fast-paced world of motorsports, you got to have a great marketing partner. And there's none better than MPM Marketing. Tanya's got her hand on everything that you need to know about the sport. So go check them out. Marketwithmpm.com. Also, RevMax Racing Apparel. Guys, suits, gloves. Us guys need multi-layer suits. Got you covered. Karting guys just need single layer, non-SFI, a little bit cooler suit. They got you covered too.
I wish we could run those sometime.
Whew, this week would have been nice.
Yeah, it definitely would have been.
Y'all go check out RevMax Racing Apparel. They'll hook you up for sure. Some awesome designs, great work. Go check them out. All right. So, what's anybody doing this week? You going doing racing? You going anywhere else?
Nah, we're not going anywhere this week.
Not going anywhere. Kinda taking a week off?
Yeah, well, we took one off last week too.
Yeah.
But we got to get the car back set because after we went to Carteret the first time, the thing's been a hassle to even just try and set up. So basically, I try and put a reset setup in there and see what it will do at Dillon in 2 weeks.
Cool. What about you?
Yeah, I don't think we'll be racing either. Just kind of see, get everything ready to go again in a couple weeks.
Yep. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm on. We're not running Challenger. Dillon on the
Oh, they're not
20th.
Next race?
Nope.
Yeah, no Challenger.
No Challenger.
Was that just?
I don't
cause?
know. I was kind of wondering
I
myself.
think it's mainly.
I heard him announce that, and I was like, "Why not?" But,
Exactly.
okay.
I think it's because they got the Pro Late models coming in.
That
town.
is right.
That's
That's
random. That was other stuff. coming.
Carolina. Yep, that's right. I forgot about that. That was the rain out date for that. So no Challengers. They will have late models running that day. So I'll be over there then. But Florence Motor Speedway will be running this weekend. So anybody around the area, head out to Florence Motor Speedway. I'll probably be riding out there myself, checking out,
Yeah,
see what's
might.
going
Have
on.
to see.
I don't know.
He's going.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then they
See how
just
hot
posted
it is?
something today saying practice for the karting track on Friday.
Phew.
I know. That's going to be chaos. I think. With
I'm
the
not
two
going around
days.
it. I raced my last race on that track on a go-kart. On that
You ended on a good note.
ended on a good note.
There you go.
I did. I may have told a story on here before, but I came out of my karting retirement to run that race. I hadn't raced in anything in like 10 years at that point. And neighbor asked me, he was like, "Hey, I got a go-kart. I don't know what I'm doing with it. You want to come drive it?" Sure, I'll drive it one time. So we went over there and they had the big race for the night, and this was when it was pretty good. I hadn't, like I said, hadn't driven like 10 years. Jumped in it and finished third out of like
Perfect.
25 cars.
Yeah.
So, like, that's where I'm done right there.
I know, right?
I don't like it anymore. Give
Perfect
me a
ending.
big one. But yeah, kart track is opening next weekend, the 20th, they will be racing go-karts at Florence Motor Speedway while we'll be at Dillon Motor Speedway.
Good do.
Yeah.
Steve about to find him another world over there with go-karts.
They are relentless.
You boy, yeah. That's a different crowd, Steve. Let you know. If you're watching, that is a different crowd. You'll have fun with them, or you won't. 1, 2, I don't know.
Either or.
They're-
Choose your poison.
They're not our regular Saturday night crowd. These guys are intense. Nah, it's fun. It's good racing. Anyway, so Florence Motor Speedway this Saturday if anybody's in town. And next week, Dillon Motor Speedway. We didn't talk about the Cars Tour race, none. That was an interesting race.
Yeah, it was. We have to
Man.
swing back to that next week.
Yeah,
that
we'll
was
talk about
some
it.
stuff. To see.
Yeah, that was.
Y'all keep checking out that Cars Tour because it has been it's been exciting this year for sure.
Very exciting.
So anyway, guys, y'all take it easy. We appreciate all y'all coming and hanging out with us for sure every Monday night or most Monday nights when I'm not on vacation. But anyway, guys, y'all appreciate appreciate all our support on here. Appreciate you, Thomas, coming down.
Thank you for having me on.
Where exactly were you at today?
Conway.
You're in
We're
Conway.
in Conway, yeah. Basically, had to hit the 501 traffic, which was so much fun.
Oh yeah, always is. It didn't bring you in the back way.
No, it brought me 501 and then tried having me turn on 378, but 378 was much more of a mess than 501 was.
Ah, gotcha. Well, cool. Well, appreciate you coming in, hanging out
Thank
with
you
us.
for having me on.
Not a problem, buddy. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all, and we will be talking with y'all next time.
Later.
Later.
Alrighty, people. Well, we're gonna head out. All you Facebook crowd. But anyway, since nobody want to talk back when I ask questions, no, man. Appreciate all y'all, and we'll be talking with y'all next week. Have a good one.